It's Darkwing Doll. Today is art talk, and what I'm going to show you how to do is make dreadlock beads. A really cool subscriber and viewer was asking what I was going to make, if I was going to make any more dreadlock beads, and the answer is yes. So I'm going to show you a short tutorial on how to do that. It's very easy. All you need, at least for how I do it, people do make their. Sorry, I just got captured by this this blue bird going by. Anyway, but many people do make their beads differently, and everybody finds their own way as they make their own beads. So I just make them the way that I intuitively feel to make them, and this is how I'm going to do it. I've got some toothpicks right here to sculpt the size of the bead and perhaps sculpt some sort of design on the bead. Like for instance, like this design, it's like a little pumpkin, psychedelic pumpkin. Right here you can see the eyes, nose, and mouth for the jack-o'-lantern like look, and I sculpted it with just kind of poking holes here and there with these toothpicks. So this is sculpting on a very basic level. You can get as elaborate or as simple. You can be simple or as elaborate as you want to be. So I'm gonna stay mainly on the simple side. So basically, I've got some brown clay, or you can't call it tan, but it's brown. It's a little bit. I guess you say it's tan because it's a little bit lighter than my skin tone. And I'm not tan. I'm like brown. So here's some purple. You can purchase clay online. You can purchase it at craft stores like Michael's or whatever craft stores you have available where you live at. Some people don't like Sculpey 3, and that's what I'm using because Sculpey 3 is really soft when you mix it up with your hands. The other Sculpey clay doesn't get as mushy when you're because this one's really sensitive, seems like, to the heat of your hands. So just thought I'd put that out there. You might want to. I usually get the Sculpey 3 because it's on sale and you can get it in like a large quantity. And I like to make lots of beads, so that's why I get the Sculpey 3. If you bake it long enough, it will definitely harden, and it'll be strong and it won't be soft. What I'm using, let me show you, to bake it is a toaster oven. It's an old used toaster oven. I have this little tray right here that I can put the clay sculptures, clay beads onto. They're kind of like little sculptures. But it's an old, broken down toaster oven, and I'm using it outside. So make sure wherever you do this, when you heat your clay, don't put it in your regular oven. I know this might be common sense to most, but you don't want to put it in your regular oven. You want to make sure you have a separate little toaster oven or something like that to bake it in outside, outdoors, in case, if something flames up or whatever. And be safe. So that's all you need. You need a toaster oven, a tray with aluminum foil on it, clay, and toothpicks. And maybe something to drink if you get thirsty. It's the train. So let's get going while the train's going. I'm going to just pick off a few pieces on each color because I like to mix colors when I make beads sometimes. Because what will end up happening is it'll create this swirly pattern on it when you mix the colors up together. So I like doing that. And it also helps to make your clay go longer instead of just using one color. If you use all of them, then the colors will last longer, if that makes sense to you guys. So basically what I do is just kind of squish it in my hands. Some of it will fall out of your hands. So that's why it's good to have like rags and some parchment paper down it. They flew out of my hands. But you just want to make it fun. That's what I try to do. And then I roll it up in my palm of my hand, just like that. I was looking for my clay when I moved it here, and I wasn't sure if I still had it with me, but I'm glad that I do. So the clay beads that I make today on the show, I'm going to put them up onto my Etsy shop, so you can check out my Etsy shop. It's www.darkmoondoll.etsy.com. All right, so you see how that's blended up like that? It kind of looks like if you do like this and make it circular, it kind of look like a globe or something, kind of. So look, you can have fun with it. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna mix it a little more to make it have like a swirly pattern like this one has. I like how the swirly pattern on that one. So I'm gonna try to do that on this one. You never know how it's gonna turn out. You just have fun with it. So what I'm doing is I'm spreading it out, flattening it out, and then I'm gonna twist it. And when you twist it, you'll end up with some really interesting patterns for the bead. See that? I just twist it like that, and then I take it in my hands and rub it in my palm. So the thicker the bead, the longer it'll take to bake. The thinner the bead, the less time it'll take to bake. The thicker the bead, the sturdier the bead will be, and it'll last longer. So if you make a really thin bead, just remember it's going to be a lot more fragile. So if you make thin beads, then you make sure that you only wear those on special occasions and maybe not wear it camping or something like that. But look at that design, that's so cool. I like it. I like that a lot. You can go even further if you wanted to. Look at that. So basically what I do is I just poke a hole in the middle to form the bead. You can make, if you didn't want to make dreadlock beads, you could make this in just a regular bead for jewelry. Because look at it as it is now. It looks pretty cool. As say for a necklace or a pair of like earrings or something like that. So I do have earrings that I have in the works that I have made that I'll probably do on a future tutorial. So I did do a tutorial on how to make fabric earrings, fabric embroidered earrings. So, and I want to get those fabric embroidered earrings that I did a tutorial on onto my Etsy shop. So yeah. So I'm gonna try to make this hole bigger. What I'm doing is I'm just kind of going around and around and around it to make the hole bigger so that it actually will fit a dreadlock bigger than the size of a toothpick. If you wanted to get it the exact size and not do all of the work that I'm doing with this, you could also form your bead around the size that you want it. Like, so you can form the clay around a Sharpie. You can form the clay around a pen. You can form the clay around a pencil. So all depends on how you want to do it. This right here is relaxing to me, doing it this way. It's fun to me. So the hole is getting big enough to where it's kind of like the size of a pencil. See that? And after a while of doing this, you'll get the hang of it and know what size is what. A lot of times after I make these beads, what I'll do is not only will I sometimes carve a little design in it, sometimes what I'll also do is after it bakes, I'll glue a rhinestone on it, you know, whatever rhinestones I have around available. So that's basically how you can make a dreadlock bead. See that? Here's the hole. If you don't like this ragged area on the bottom, you can always like let it bake and then sand it down so it's not so rough on the bottom. But that's how that one looks so far. And I'm gonna make maybe a total of 6, and then I'll sell them on my shop. So yeah, I like to sell my beads. Recently I've been liking to sell my dreadlock beads in a set, and so that would be cool to do that with these. So I'll make 6 of these. Not all 6 will look the same, and that's because I'm not using a mold. If you learn how to make molds, then you can make a lot of them that just look uniform and the same, if that's what you want to do. And you can learn how to make your own molds. I do want to learn how to make my own molds one of these days, just for like making jewelry that, say if I make one necklace and someone's like, wow, can I have one just like that one, then I'd be able to have the ability to do so. So you see how I'm mixing it again like this, all the colors together, spreading it out, seeing what I got. And it's really fun. This is an activity that you can do with your friends and your family. You and your partner, you could do it together, make make beads to adorn your dreads or to adorn your braids if you wear braids. Yeah, so even if you don't have dreadlocks, like if you have lengthy enough hair to braid, you can put a bead on the end of it. Your own homemade bead. So yeah, it's pretty cool. And each, like I said, each design is going to be different. I'm going to blend this even more. So I'm going to do like a cylindrical cone type thing like that. See that? And now there's another, it's kind of another technique that I've just kind of discovered just by playing around, and I'm twisting it. And then if you wanted to, you could make a bead like this. As simple as that. That's another choice of bead. I guess I'm just showing you all kinds of beads you can make. But I'm trying to make it to where it's not too thin, because I've made beads that are thin and they break easily. So I think I will leave this like that. We'll have different kinds, but the same colors used. So look at that one. Do you like that one? So yeah, I'm gonna make, how many did I say? I was gonna make 6 of them, so I'm gonna make 4 more. So yeah, have fun with it. You don't have to make them all looking the same. You can make them different sizes, different shapes, you know. If you have different size dreadlocks like I do, you might want to make some with a small hole and some with big holes and some with the medium holes, because as you've seen on all my other dreadlock videos, my dreadlocks are different lengths, all of them. Some are really, really tiny, some are skinny, some are thick. And the skinny ones are getting thicker. I'm going to leave those alone, you know, they just thicken up or attach themselves to the thicker ones. So yeah, it's really fun to create, and to create something that is adorning your hair, you know. How cool is that? So here's a smaller one. Look at that. I kind of like that design on there. Let's see. Just kind of shape it out more. Sometimes it's easier for me to just show you how to do this instead of tell you how. I'm sure somebody out there can relate to that. I kind of like how that looks. What do you guys think? I think it looks cool. You know, next time I do this, I should do it live, and I can have more interaction. So I will do that soon. Just trying to figure out when and how. If you guys have any ideas on when you'd want to see a live tutorial, let me know in the comment section below. That's kind of nice. I don't know, for some reason it's looking boring to me. I'm going to twist it up because I want to have more pattern going on. So I wasn't really too pleased with that completely. It was looking okay, but too many blank spots. Look at that. Isn't that interesting? So let's do this. Spread this out. A lot of times I used to like to make skulls. See that? So what we could do, if you wanted to make a bead that has something on it like a skull, you could flatten this out like this. Look at that side, it looks cool. And then put that down there. Make 2 attachments for this bead. It'll be more of an elaborate one and a fancier one, so wear it when you go out somewhere fancy. But yeah, let's see. I've really been attracted to, for the longest time, ever since I was a kid, skeletons, skulls, snakes, spiders. And as I got older, I started learning more about different types of symbols, like African Adikra symbols, runes. All of these symbols and things that people put onto their jewelry have meaning whether or not they know it. Like, people have been wearing a lot of things with the eye on it, and that originally was the evil eye, the eye that protects you, the eye that's looking. Now it's just turned into some fashion statement that people don't really know what they're wearing. They're just wearing it because they think it looks cool. So whatever, you know, you don't have any control over what people do, and neither would I want to. So I'm making this into like a cylindrical. This will probably fit a bigger size dreadlock, so you can just attach it to here like this, like that, and then circle it around like that, and then kind of sculpt it on there to the skull. I hope this will turn out. I think it will though. Yeah, you could even wear it as a ring. What? Look at that. A chunky ring. Alright, I'm manipulating it too much, but yeah, you get the point. But yeah, you can do that kind of thing for a bead. But make sure it's thick. That's important. Now it's kind of looking psychedelic, huh? So what you want to do is you can sculpt on the eyes and the mouth like for a skull. So I'm going to do that. This is fun. Why not make this fun? So I just kind of poke a hole in there with the toothpick. Let me show you. See that? And then I'm not going to make the holes too big either. Just enough to mark it. And if I wanted to, I could come in when it is fully baked. I can add rhinestones for the eyes to make it pop. So this is just a little indentation. Or I could just leave it like it is, just to mark it. So now I'm doing what's supposed to be the teeth. See that? Okay, and it's really soft. This clay is very soft, so if you want, you can get the other type of sculpey clay, because this is very soft. But I can handle it. Just don't do it on a really hot day in the middle of the sun, no matter what kind of clay you have. So let's wish this one luck. I'm gonna put it down and see what happens when I bake it. So hopefully it turns out. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3. So we need 3 more to make 6 of these. I hope you guys are enjoying this tutorial. I like to bring these type of fun things your way, stuff that you can do yourself to, number one, get in touch with your creative side. That's a part of us that a lot of times we ignore because we're so busy going to and fro with our busy jobs, our 9 to 5, the stress that we have of trying to support a family, things of that nature. It can get really stressful and wear and tear on your heart, your soul, your mind, your body, you know what I mean? So this one, what am I going to do? Am I going to do anything different with this one? I might make this into like, just kind of like a cone shape, but I want it to look interesting though. I'm going to get it swirly. Swirly. And then mix it up again. Let's see, watch this. I'll mix it up again. And then make it to cone shape like this. That's what I mean by a cone shape. Well, it's not really a cone. I guess just cylindrical shape. See that design? Isn't it? That's so badass. Where's my toothpick? Okay, so what I'm going to do is just push the toothpick through the clay here. Like that, like so. And let's go over to the other side and you just keep working it inside of the clay in the middle of this bead that we've formed here. It'd be cool to know if you guys are working along with me. Oh shit, I went too far on there. Yes, sometimes I do cuss. Let's see. Let's do this here. Let's just turn it out. Now I'm going to go on the other side and just kind of work it. I can understand why it's hard for people who crochet to explain how they do it. Because sometimes when I'm doing certain art projects, I have no idea how to explain it. I just kind of figured it out. Kind of how it is with the polymer clay. I did look up online a long time ago when I first started making them. I don't know how long ago it's been, but it's been quite a while. It's been years since I first started making these, but I looked up online just to see how everybody else was making theirs and kind of got my own idea how I want to do mine. So I started making my own beads because I wasn't really seeing what I wanted, or seeing what I wanted but not being able to afford the price of it. So I figured, why not try making my own? So there we go. I think it's forming really nicely. And like I said, with the rough parts on the end, when it bakes, you can sand it down and it'll look just fine. So yeah, I'm gonna keep this like this. I like it. I like the design of it. And I think with these beads, I may even add like rhinestones on them. So we've got 4, 2 more to go. These are fun. And it's reasonably cheap project you can do. You know, you could have like I keep talking about, a crafting party. Maybe I should do like a live stream, like crafting party, and you just bring your crafts. Maybe we'll pick a specific craft. Maybe how about in the comment section below, write down what craft you would like to see or do, participate in like live on the show. So maybe we could hook that up to make it happen for next Tuesday. So see what happens. So it looks like I made a smaller one. I didn't use as much clay on this one, but that's okay. You don't need to use a lot of clay. I kind of like these swirly ones. Sometimes I'll make stuff like this, like a candy cane. I like that a lot. I like the candy cane. So I kind of like this. I might want to keep that and add it on to a this bead, another bead. See, that's what you can do. You can make the foundation for the bead and then add something else on it, like this candy cane, and then you have this intricate looking bead. Candy canes can be worn any time of the year, not just around winter solstice. So, sometimes wearing those kind of colors when it's warmer or really hot can cool you off. Colors do have an energy to them, and I talk about that in my Healing with Color channel that I do here on YouTube, which I recently did a video for, talking about the astrological sign Capricorn. And coming towards the end of that series of videos about astrological signs and their corresponding colors, and what I'm thinking about doing is just, okay, I'm going to attach this on here. This looks badass. I know this is going to look good. I just have a feeling about it. Hopefully. Let's cross our fingers and our toes on this one. See that right here? You have a little candy cane action in your hair. Every day is winter solstice. Alright. I'm trying to make the hole big enough to where your dread can fit in there. That is the challenge. I like trying new things each time I make beads, though. So, and if your bead doesn't turn out exactly the way you want it, none to fear, you can work with it, you know. You can add colors to it after it bakes. You know, you can add acrylic paints to it after you finish baking it. So you want to make sure you bake it at the right temperature too. And if you have a oven that's old like mine, my toaster oven, make sure you're staying out here while it's baking so nothing bad happens. So that's what that looks like. It's a little candy cane. We'll put that there. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now we're gonna have one more. So I might make one more that's just like this size. Let's do that. And you can feel free to tell me which sizes you like the most as far as for your beads and what kind of style you like. I just make a lot of the ones that just intuitively come to me. It's not like I have it all planned out. As you see, I'm just squeezing several colors together in my hand and then rolling them in my palm. Sometimes like this, sometimes like in a circular motion. Each motion that you do with your hand when you form the clay bead determines what kind of pattern you're going to have. Now I'm going to stretch it out and I'm going to twist it. So it's very relaxing, and I can hear the the wind chimes in the back. That'll be our music. Can't get a copyright for that, for wind chimes. If you start doing that, I probably won't be on YouTube anymore if there's copyright for wind chimes. Okay. I kind of wanted to make another mushroom, because I like making mushrooms. So I'll make a mushroom bead somehow. How am I going to do that? We'll figure this out, guys. I think I'll make the mushroom first, top first. Okay. See, I did the swirly part on the bottom there. Let's see. It gets a little trickier when you do more intricate projects like this, but we can do it. So this will probably be a 2-part video because we're already heading on to 24 minutes. So what I'll do is I'll I'll put the clay in the oven, and then when you come back, when you see it, you'll see the end result. So I think that's what I'll do, because it is getting to like 25 minutes on this here. But yeah, I think I want to make it into like a mushroom. That's a flat mushroom on top. Let's give it more definition here. So it really looks like some sort of mushroom, at least, almost. At least a psychedelic mushroom. Probably no mushroom you guys have seen in real life. Or what we call real life, right? Alright, yeah. How's that? Look at that. That's pretty cool, huh? I think it is, at least. I like mushrooms though, in the shape of them. So what I'll do is I'll make like a ring type of shape so that I can mold the mushroom to it. I might just use the rest of this clay. Or no, I don't want to make it too thick, then it's going to take a long time to cook, to bake. So yeah, it's really important to get something separate from your oven to bake your clay in, because you don't want to poison yourself. Just want to emphasize that. I hope you guys do take some time out and do things like this for yourself, to explore your creativity, and to not only just be a workhorse all week long and not have any fun of any type that can bring about your creativity. Art's very healing, and I hope that a lot of people will come to find that and realize they don't have to be what's considered a master artist in order to make art. You just have to be somebody who wants to do something relaxing and fun. And when you're relaxed and having a good time, you create some really cool stuff. I guarantee it. If you're not worried about when this is going to be finished, or if it's good enough, as it looks like so-and-so, see that? There we go. It'll be like another dreadlock bead. Like a dreadlock sleeve, huh? Pretty cool. You could carve a little face on it if you wanted to. Yeah, I might carve some eyes and nose in it. Just make it whimsical. This is around this time of the season when I feel that way. Springtime. It'll be summer before you know it. For real. As this time is going by so fast, that's why you have to slow it down by doing fun stuff like this. Because if not, your life's just going to be filled with misery, and you don't have to be that way 24/7, really. So this is kind of fun. Look at that. All right, we're gonna put these. It's like, is there 6 of them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we're gonna put those 6 beads in the oven, and then in the part 2 of this video, you'll get to see what they look like. And yeah, I'm gonna have to sand them down, probably the rough edges, and then also I'm gonna have to put some Mod Podge on it. And Mod Podge is a type of sealant, so it protects it, keeps it water resistant, and it helps it be less prone to breaking if it falls down on the floor or something like that. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and put these in the oven, bake them, and then part 2 I'll come back and show you how they look. Thank you so much for joining me for part 1 of how to make psychedelic, fun, dreadlock polymer clay beads. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for subscribing to my channel. Thanks for the likes and shares, and thanks for the kind comments. You can leave some comments down in the video below and let me know if you're making anything like this. So yeah, I will see you soon on part 2.